A color transform is an effect that we can apply to an object or more than one object in our scene to show the transition of color. Now, you could use this to show a ship like this, for example, passing along on the ocean, and then all of a sudden the moon is obscured by clouds. Of course, the ship would then get darker or change color if it were to go into fog or anything else like that. We can apply a color transform by going to our element menu, choosing add, and choosing color transform effect. It's dropped right into our timeline, and we have some default keyframes. And once again, we can animate this over time. What I'm going to use on the transform is the ship here. So I'm going to grab the ship and drag it right on top of the color transform effect. Then I'm going to grab the properties so I can see the options that I have. And by the way, if you don't see the options for the transform, just click on the layer like so. And now the properties change to show you that we have two choices. We have additive and multiplicative. Now, with an additive color transformation, what you're simply doing is you're adding or subtracting color values from the selected color channels here, such as the red, green, the blue, or the alpha. And what you're doing is you're simply changing the color over time when you choose this method as well. You can also choose to use a multiplicative color transformation, and this multiplies the current values in the color channels by the selected values of the new color channels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use additive, and as you see here on frame 1, it's going to remain as it is, and I'm going to go to frame 20. I'm going to click right here in the timeline, and I'm going to change this to 255 with the blue. And look, right away you can see the change happening in the timeline. Let's go ahead and just press the return key to see a preview of this animation. So you notice that the ship changes color, and that's an example of what this effect can do for you. It can add a lot of realism to your animation to show the changes in the lighting. So if you have characters walking in a dark cave and they have torches, or they're walking by sconces with a fire on them, every time they walk by a sconce, you would change the color values of the characters. Now I'm going to go ahead to frame 50. I'm going to right click and I'm going to add a keyframe. I think I just missed that, so let me go ahead and drag this effect a little bit, and I will add the frame over here. There it is. Okay. Now what I can do on frame 50 is I can once again return to the properties and change this back to 0. Or if I wanted to, I can go to a negative number. Now let's go ahead and see what we have. Hit return, and the ship should change to blue and then back to the default. And that is the value of the color transform effect.